wouldn't stir or rest beside my glass, absorbing liquid from the sweat and rim. Outside the window, August rushes past, while inside here the air is soft and dim. The condensation forms a tiny lake around the base of this tall plastic cup. I count the seconds that it takes to break and watch the dark espresso swirling up. The summer heat is suffocating street to street. I trace the ice cubes till my fingers freeze. In this quiet corner where our shadows meet, I finally find a little room to breathe. Taking slow sips of this iced Americano, cooling down the noise inside my head, playing melodies like a silent piano, thinking of the words I never said. July is melting in a paper sleeve. I drink the chill and let the heavy feeling leave. Yeah, my phone screen glimmers with an unread name. I turn it over on the cafe tabletop. We both played into the exact same game, pretending summer only lasts a while. The dark roast cuts right through the afternoon, a bitter taste that turns surprisingly sweet. I used to think that we would heal real soon. Now I just sit here dodging pavement heat. The summer heat is suffocating street to street. I trace the ice cubes till my fingers freeze. In this quiet corner where our shadows meet, I finally find a little room to breathe. Taking slow sips of this iced Americano, cooling down the noise inside my head, playing melodies like a silent piano, thinking of the words I'd never said. July is melting in a paper sleeve. I drink the chill and let the heavy feeling leave. Ice clinks softly against the glass, a brief escape from everything that didn't last. The world outside moves fast and loud. I lose my troubles in this chilly cloud. Just me and the cold brew in the afternoon. The ice is gone too soon. The glass is dry. Summer goes floating by. A bicycle bell rings past the open doorway, cutting through the heavy hum of the afternoon heat. You slide across the faded leather booth, dropping your canvas tote bag on the seat. It has been months since we sat down like this, lost in our separate weekly deadlines and routines. Now the air conditioner blows a gentle draft, and you're stuck telling me what your quiet side means. The condensation drips down your clear plastic cup, tracing tiny rivers to the wooden tabletop. You say the summer moves too fast this year, and you just needed somewhere the clock would stop. So take a long sip of that ice brown coffee, let the cubes hit your teeth while the worries fade out. The asphalt outside is melting in July, but we have this quiet corner without any doubt. Drink it down slow, let the frost clear your head. I am right here, listening to every word you said. You stirred the floating ice with the long green straw, making a rhythmic clinking sound against the glass. Talking about the job interview from last week and how fast another warm season seems to pass. I slide my glass toward yours for a simple toast. No heavy speeches needed between old friends, just the dark roasted beans over frozen water and an hour where the daily pressure bends. The condensation drips down your clear plastic cup, tracing tiny rivers to the wooden tabletop. You say the summer moves too fast this year, and you just needed somewhere the clock would stop. So take a long sip of that ice brown coffee, let the cubes hit your teeth while the worries fade out. The asphalt outside is melting in July, but we have this Remember sharing sweet canned coffee on the curb, watching traffic pass until the sky turned gray. Now we buy a little comfort in an oversized cup just to keep the summer burning. Daylight at bay, look at me, take a breath. You are doing fine, we still have the afternoon. Take your time. The street sounds soften through the double glass doors. Your cup is almost empty, but the ice stays cold. Stay sitting right here until the heat breaks down. We still have plenty of stories to be told. Damp asphalt aroma fills the terrace as he sits down, adjusting his oversized shirt in this quiet part of town. The humidity hangs heavy over July's midday heat while she walks in slowly, scanning every empty seat. Yeah, he slides a clear glass cup across the tiny wooden square. Cold brew swirling dark beneath the humid afternoon air. Hey, ice cubes melt into a pale brown ring. They talk about the quiet things that July used to bring. No words about the distance growing slowly day by day, just sipping down the frost before it fades away. Sweat on the plastic cup drips down slow. Two young souls with nowhere left to go. A bitter taste that cools the heavy summer afternoon. They sit beside the window pane and chase the shade too soon. Yeah. Chilled espresso floating in a sea of melting glass, watching all the hazy summer memories pass. Yeah, she stirs her iced latte till the brown turns milky white, checking her phone background in the soft indoor light. He traces water circles on the lemonade tabletop, wishing that the ticking electric fan would stop. Out on the street, the delivery scooters speed ahead while they share a simple silent moment. Instead, the air conditioner hums a gent surrounded by a crowded space, yet feeling all alone. Yeah. One last swallow sip takes the edge off the heat, leaving empty plastic tumblers on the table neat. Condensation dripping down the side. July sun has nowhere left to hide. Cold drink shared in the quiet space. Two shadows leaving without a trace. Yeah. Silence collapses the moment your phrase returns to me. Framed inside this narrow cafe window near the alleyway. The afternoon heat ripples off the pavement in visible waves, while frost creeps slowly up my plastic cup. The lens pans down to a single drop of sweat, falling on my wrist onto the concrete floor. I watch the dark brew swirl around, cloudy ice cubes trapped in slow motion while the world moves fast outside. Glass fogs over as the humidity presses near. Caffeine is my throat, sharp and bitter cold. Street lights flicker on ahead of schedule, and I zoom in on the quiet life behind. I drink this iced black coffee as the city hums, watching summer burn through the shaded glass. Your memory walks past in an oversized linen shirt, dissolving in the mist before the traffic lights turn green. I take another sip to freeze the frame right here, a cinematic snapshot of a July afternoon. Focus shifts to the condensation trickling down the rim. The air conditioner buzzes like a soft low-pass filter. 2 blocks away, the overhead train rattles the power lines, reflecting in the dark amber liquid inside my hand. You said that cold drinks make the heavy thoughts go numb, so I keep drinking until my fingertips turn pale. The lens pulls back to show an empty chair across the small table, bathed in deep shadow while the asphalt bakes in blue light. Freeze frame on the plastic straw spinning clockwise. Dark rose swirls into a vortex of melted frost. Outside, strangers hurry past the glare of storefront signs. Inside I stay, anchored in this air-conditioned shade. I drink this iced black coffee as the is set to freeze the frame right here. A cinematic snapshot of a July afternoon. The melting ice clicks against the plastic rim. Shallow depth of field fading out to clean white light. Only cold liquid remains at the bottom of the cup. The scene cuts out. How long does a shadow stay cool under midday sun? I bite the green plastic straw, feeling the cold rush up my teeth. Acidity, roasted dark condensation dripping down my thumb. A car horn honks 3 blocks away, or maybe 4. Did you leave a jacket in my backseat last August? No, that was somebody else. Another summer, another cafe. The air conditioner blows dust across the ceiling fan. My screen turns black, reflecting my tired eyes. Floating cubes hit the glass with a small click. Water separates from the bitter dark syrup. I am thinking about nothing and everything at once. The humidity outside is waiting for me to step out. Drinking this ice black coffee while the city burns slowly. Thoughts melt together like ice cubes in a tall cup. I trace a circle on the wood table with my index finger. Somewhere it's too heavy to hold, so I let it spill. Just a quiet afternoon, drifting away into dilute brown. Is it 3 o'clock already? The barista changes the playlist to something with low bass. My throat feels cold, but my back is sticky against the chair. I remember walking along the river at midnight. Was it cold then? I can't recall the temperature of last year. Only the sound of aluminum cans rolling on pavement. The ice is mostly gone now, just floating slivers. I swallowed the last bit of gold, feeling the caffeine hit my heart. People walk past the glass window carrying sunshades. They look like swimmers moving through thick warm water. Inside here, everything is 0 degrees and silent. I don't know what I'm waiting for. Maybe a text, or maybe the sun to drop behind the tall building across. Drinking this ice black coffee while the city burns slowly. Thoughts melt together like ice cubes in a tall cup. I trace a circle on the wood table with my index finger. Summer is too heavy to hold, so I let it spill. Just a quiet afternoon, drifting away into dilute brown. Ice melts, the glass gets warm. I leave the empty cup on the tray, walking out into the heat. The metal legs of this cafe chair pressed down heavily against the hot terrace floor. I settle in, feeling the solid gravity below me while condensation drips from the plastic cup in my palm. Looking back at you sitting in the crowded library 5 years ago. Swallowing cheap, lukewarm instant packages to stay awake until 3 in the morning. If I could reach through this humid July air, I would hand you this glass filled with dark crushed ice. You were terrified that every misstep would ruin everything, holding your breath like the future was a test. You were bound to fail. The sweat on your forehead was real, and your worries were far too heavy for 19. So listen to the sound of ice against glass, and let me talk to you for a second. Forgive yourself for every night you thought you missed the train. Take a slow sip of this frozen dark liquid, and let the bitterness cool your chest. You made it through the season you thought would break you, and now the breeze on my skin belongs to both of us. Drink it down, let the chill wash away the panic. You were always doing better than you knew. Yeah, you used to measure your worth by the stack of unread pages, fearing the quiet summer afternoons because quiet meant falling behind. Now I sit under a canvas umbrella with the nice Americano in my hand, watching people walk past without the weight of the world on their shoulders. I wish you knew that the mistakes you cried over turned into nothing. Just small bumps on a road that brought us right to this quiet afternoon. The coffee tastes crisp and clean today, not like the hurry caffeine you chug just to survive. The sweat on your forehead was real, and your worries were far too heavy for 19. So listen to the sound of ice against glass, and let me talk to you for a second. Forgive yourself for every night you thought you missed the train. Take a slow sip of this frozen dark liquid and let the bitterness cool your chest. You made it through the season you thought would break you, and now the breeze on my skin belongs to both of us. Drink it down, let the chill wash away the panic. You were always doing better than you knew. The summer heat still covers the pavement, but we finally learned how to step into the shade. You don't have to run anymore, younger me. The ice is melting, but the moment is perfectly still. So take a deep breath, the coffee is cold and the chair holds us up just fine. Rest now, past self. We are right where we need to be. Pale amber light spills over tiles, casting soft shadows across the communal counter. My glass wets cold water onto a paper napkin while my mind loops on yesterday. A guy sitting next to me slides his phone away and looks at my drink. He asks if the tonic espresso actually cures the midday humidity. I tell him I drink it just to feel sharp enough to stop thinking. He laughs into his straw, saying he walked in for the exact same cure. 2 rings of condensation touch on the dark oak wood. We do not exchange names, but the tension drops away. We trade quiet thoughts like notes passed under a desk. Drinking cold coffee with someone I just met today. Watching the midsummer heat evaporate away. You tell me life gets lighter if you let the ice melt slow. Sitting in this air-conditioned room, listening to what a stranger knows. No baggage between us, just a small unexpected grace. A brief pause in our stories in a summer place. He mentions he walked away from a quiet desk job back in May. I talk about the messages I write and delete every single day. He swirls his iced Americano and says some things are better left unsaid. Simple words from a face I will probably never cross again. The chill hop track hums low from the corner speaker ceiling beam. Outside asphalt bakes in the afternoon, but inside we share a drink. Cold coffee with someone I just met today. Watching the midsummer heat evaporate away. You tell me life gets lighter if you let the ice melt slow. Sitting in this air-conditioned room, listening to what a stranger knows. No baggage between us, just a small unexpected grace. A brief pause in our stories in a summer place. Sometimes the people who know nothing about your history are the only ones who hand you the simplest key. He finishes his drink, adjusts his cap, and nods goodbye, leaving me with a lighter chest beneath the hazy sky. The amber light shifts slow toward 5 o'clock. An empty glass resting on the wooden block. Thanks for the conversation, whoever you were. Ice rattles gently in the glass. Yeah, you told me yesterday that summer forgets its own promises. Today I watch a straight thread unraveling on my left sleeve. The iced Americano sweats onto the wooden tabletop. A delivery scooter stops out a limb beside the crosswalk. The rider shifts his weight, checking the black wristwatch. I trace the condensation ring before the wet spots drop. The air conditioning hums at 22 degrees. A girl in canvas shoes steps over a fallen dry leaf. Everything happens in minor, unnoticeable shifts. I stir the straw around, listening to ice cubes lift. Sipping cold dark roast while the afternoon stretches long. I make a list of little things that don't quite belong. The clear plastic lid with a tiny crack on the side. A shadow slipping past where the alleyway gets wide. Your words from yesterday still float on top of the frost. Nothing feels truly stolen here, just temporarily lost. A speck of golden dust floats inside the store. When the light, the barista wipes the espresso machine. Pulling the rag tight. Outside, a dog wearing a blue harness pauses by the curb. Traffic rolls past with a hum too soft to disturb. A paper receipt sits printed with 3:14 p.m. I count 4 melted ice cubes, then lose track of them. You said people change like the humidity in mid-July. I watch the condensation pool, wondering why a blue city bus squeaks its brakes at the white painted line. Someone speaks into an ear by saying they will be fine.
Cold glass in my poem, small details on display. Your voice remains right here, left over from yesterday. Ice melts into water, the street grows a little quiet. Just another summer afternoon.
Cursed linen drags against my forearm as I rest my elbows on the glass. The weave is rough, worn down by 3 summers purchased when we used to walk too fast. Condensation from the tall cup pooling, soaking through the edge of my left sleeve. One cold drop makes my skin pull back tight, dragging me right back to when you would leave. You used to tug this exact fabric whenever you wanted me to stay. Standing under the rusty bus stop, wishing for the summer rain to fade away. The ice shifts with a tiny sound, the room spins backwards to the ground. I swallow down the bitter chill, and suddenly you are standing still. Cold brew dripping through my memory, bringing back the afternoon you walked away. The rough weave of the shirt remembers every quiet word we could not say. Sorry. Summer heat is pressing on the glass outside, but inside I'm frozen in the form of July. Taking another sip just to numb the air, acting like I do not see you standing there. The cotton toe beside my feet feels stiff, stuffed with old receipts and loose keys. Remember how you hated cheap synthetic cloth. You love the simple breathability of the linen breeze. Now I wear this threadbare shirt you picked out, drinking black espresso over crushed ice. The bitter taste hits the back of my throat, making me relive that afternoon twice. First time was the real thing, real pain. Second time is just this phantom rain, except there was no rain, just human street noise and the echo of your distant quiet voice. The ice shifts with a tiny sound, the room spins backwards to the ground. I swallow down the bitter chill, and suddenly you are standing still. Cold brew dripping through my memory, bringing back the afternoon you walked away. The rough weave of the shirt remembers every quiet word we could not say. Summer heat is pressing on the glass outside, but inside I am frozen in the form of July. Taking another sip just to numb the air, acting like I do not see you standing there. I brush my thumb against the fraying hem, counting all the threads we unraveled. Then you said some things are not meant to hold their shape, like washed out cloth that loses its drape. The glass grows warm inside my palm, the flashback fades into a heavy calm. Worn out fabric on a summer day, I drink the melted ice, the memory dissolves away. Just a cold cup in my hand, just linen against my skin. A single brass key ring lies flat on the wood. The humidity outside is higher than it should be. I watch the water droplets gather around the base. Nobody is rushing me in this corner space. My phone screen lights up once, then dims back to black. I take a slow sip, feeling the cold in my throat taking me back. The bitter espresso cuts right through the haze. Just another quiet afternoon in my 20s phase. I used to think my life needed constant motion, running down the pavement like an endless ocean. Now I just watch the ice cubes slowly rotate, finding peace and sitting here and learning how to wait. Cold glass pressed against my fingertips, summer heat fading off my dry lips. In the slow fire rhythm, everything slows down while the city noise hums far across town. I sip the dark brew, let the chill settle in. A small silent victory I needed to win. Condensation drips down onto my sleeve. I stay right here, no reason to leave work. Email stacking up inside my inbox grid. I shut the laptop cover like I always did. 32 degrees outside, the asphalt is hot, but inside my head it is a cool little spot. One cube cracks with a sharp, clean snap. I lean my head back for a minute long nap. Cold glass pressed against my fingertips, summer heat fading off my dry lips. In the slow fire rhythm, everything slows down while the city noise hums far across town. I sip the dark brew, let the chill settle in, a small silent victory I needed to win. Maybe growing up is just learning to chill when the sun beats down and the air stays still. No big drama, no heavy dramatic sound, just me and this ice drink holding my ground. Glass gets lighter, sun drops lower, breathing deep now, moving slower. Just cold coffee on a quiet day. Delivery scooter screech across the pavement, cutting through the humid August thick air. You lean back, rolling up your short sleeves, letting out a sigh you usually try to hide. The condensation drips down your plastic cup, making wet rings on this wooden tabletop. You say you've been working way too much, and I just not pushing my straw around. The heat outside keeps rising every minute, but right here the air conditioning hits just right. You take a slow sip of your iced Americano and tell me everything that's been on your mind. Let the ice clink softly while you speak. We don't have to rush through this quiet afternoon. Cooling down the weight inside your chest, one sip at a time under this indoor shadow. You've been carrying so much on your own, so just stay here with your cold drink, my friend. Buzz brakes hits right at the corner stop, a sudden burst of air against the glass window. You laugh a bit, fixing your messy hair, complaining how the summer always exhausts you. I watch the dark coffee swirl with the melting cubes, a sharp bitterness turns smooth and cold. You ask me how I've been doing lately, and for once neither of us has to pretend. The city traffic drones on in the background, but right here time moves like a slow stream. You hold that frosted cup between both hands, letting the chill soak into your palms. Let the ice clink softly while you speak. We don't have to rush through this quiet afternoon. Cooling down the weight inside your chest, one sip at a time under this indoor shadow. You've been carrying so much on your own, so just stay here with your cold drink, my friend. Sometimes July feels heavier than it should, making every little mistake feel magnified. But seeing you sit across from me today, slurping the last drop through a paper straw, makes me think we're doing just fine. The crosswalk chime rings twice outside the door. Finish your glass, no need to hurry out. We'll walk into the heat whenever you're ready. Just drink your coffee for a little longer. Yeah, roasted beans and warm ozone drift past the corner curb. He sits on a plastic stool, watching the city blur. A dark iced Americano sweats against his palm. The traffic hums in rhythm, steady and strange and calm. He checks the timestamp on an unread message thread, then puts the phone back down and shakes his head instead. The plastic straw clicks slightly on the floating ice. He bought a drink for one today without thinking twice. The breeze carries humidity, the shadows stretch out long. He turns his headphones down, forgetting every song. A summer afternoon can feel too quiet when it stays. He counts the tiny bubbles floating through the dark gray haze. He takes a slow sip while the afternoon rolls by, watching dark glass reflect the pale blue July sky. The bitter coffee lingers while the heat sits on the street. 2 months ago there were 2 pairs of tired feet. Now it is just one drink, melting in his hand, finding quiet peace he did not plan. The smell of rain soaked concrete mixes with the dark roast brew. He traces water droplets running down the cup of blue. A passing buses diesel fumes that quickly fade away. He likes the bitter taste that holds the edge of day. No text comes through, no footsteps cross the tile. He adjusts his cap and lets himself smile. A simple caffeine fix to kill the heavy hour. Watching yellow leaves drop from a dusty flower. Ice turns to water, diluting down the glass. He watches several delivery riders quickly pass. Nobody asks him why he sits out here alone. His thumb glides lazily across the glowing foam. The summer heat is lighter when the drink stays cold. The small ordinary story gently being told. He takes a slow sip while the afternoon rolls by, watching dark glass reflect the pale blue July sky. The bitter coffee lingers while the heat sits on the street. 2 months ago there were 2 pairs of tired feet. Now it is just one drink melting in his hand, finding quiet peace he did not plan. The plastic cup is empty now, condensed drops on the stone. He stands up slowly, walking down the street alone. The scent of coffee lingers in the heavy summer air. He leaves the empty cup right there. An uninvited question fractures the quiet, hanging in the room like dust in the air. The camera pulls back to reveal a corner booth. Single glass of black brew, sweating over stained oak sunlight. Hits the edge at 35 degrees, casting tall shadows across half-eaten ice cream. Street noise stays new to be on double pane glass. Yeah, well, what a sudden realization holds me in place. Yeah. Focus pulls sharp on the rim of the cup. Frost turns to water and runs down the side. City outside glides in 4K precision. I take a cold sip as the beat settles in. Cold condensation slides down my fingers, framed in the lens of a midsummer afternoon. Bitter black coffee chilling my tongue. Traffic rolls past like a film on loop. Under the hum of the ceiling fan spinning, I find a quiet spot inside the frame, sipping the frost while the concrete burns. Everything slows down in crisp detail. Zoom in close on the floating ice cubes, clinking against plastic with the low hollow ring. Pavement outside waves with shimmering heat. Delivery drivers blur through the crosswalk line. Back inside, color grading just a soft teal. A condensation ring leaves a brand new mark. I hold the cold plastic against my hot cheek, watching the city play out on mute. Slow shutter speed on the pedestrians outside, light bleeds through blinds on the concrete floors. The thought that broke the silence isn't heavy anymore. It just floats in the drink like a melting square. Take a breath in, let the temperature drop. Cut to a close-up of dark amber liquid. Condensation slides down my fingers, framed in the lens of a midsummer afternoon. Bitter black coffee chilling my tongue. Traffic rolls past like a film on loop. Under the hum of the ceiling fan spinning, I find a quiet spot inside the frame, sipping the frost while the concrete burns. Everything slows down in crisp detail. Fade to white as a straw hits bottom. Ice melts into water. Camera stays still on the table's surface. Silence returns, cleanly cut. Heavy wrought iron presses deep into the patio deck. Anchoring my body as I lean back and take a breath. Yeah, you were 19, sitting on a broken step in the heat, sweating through cheap cotton, staring at your worn sneakers on the street. Yeah, you thought every wrong turn was a cliff you couldn't survive, staring at empty bank accounts, struggling to stay alive. I hold this tall glass of dark iced coffee against my palm. Wish I could reach back through 10 summers and give you this calm. Yeah, condensation runs down the plastic, dropping on my knee. I watch the ice float and listening to the city street. If a letter could travel back to that cramped rooftop room, I would write it on this napkin and clear out all your gloom. Take a sip of that cold brew, kid, you made it through the fire. None of those night terrors heavy seat, learning how to breathe clean air in the middle of July heat. You survived the long nights, you survived the heavy doubts. This is the future you spent years worrying about. Remember how you drank cheap instant mix with hot tap water, working 2 jobs at midnight. Somebody's exhausted son and daughter. You thought you would never earn the right to sit still like this. Every quiet afternoon felt like something you were bound to miss. But look at us now, I pay for extra shots without a second thought. The world didn't end and you kept every single fight you fought. The sweat on your forehead turned into the foundation under my shoes. I forgive you for every single path you were afraid to choose. I wish I could pass this chill glass to your burning hands, tell you that time moves forward even when nobody understands. You don't have to carry the whole sky on your narrow shoulders. The heat gets manageable as your heart grows a little older. To the boy crying on the bus stop bench in late July, drink something cold, look up at the clear blue sky. The chair I sit in today is strong enough to hold us both. You survived the summer and that was enough for our growth. Rest your legs now, you did just fine. Turquoise glare washes over the laminate counter, where condensation rings form slow, overlapping circles. Yeah, you asked me if the Americano here is always this bitter. Sliding the heavy canvas toe onto the adjacent stool. I tell you it gets smoother when the ice melts down, and you laugh like you have heard that lie 100 times. We do not trade names, just complaints about the damp air. You mentioned packing up to move near the coast next week. My plastic tumbler sweats against my tired palm as the doorway fan pushes back the heavy afternoon. 2 cold drinks melting into afternoon shade, exchanging secrets that we never meant to keep. The summer rolls on like a lo-fi loop, a stranger's offhand advice making sense in the heat. Just 2 people cooling down our restless thoughts, one sip at a time before the signal turns green. Yeah, you point at the glass wall where the couriers rush past, saying everyone looks like they are late for an old dream. I stir my cold brew with a black plastic straw, admitting I forgot what I was chasing earlier this year. You not once swirling your ice against the glass, saying maybe staying still is the hardest part of July. No promises made, no contact saved in a phone, just mid-August light shifted to a bruised lilac hue. You pick up your keys when the delivery bell dings, leaving a wet coaster and a quiet thanks for the talk. 2 cold drinks melting into afternoon shade, exchanging secrets that we never meant to keep. The summer rolls on like a lo-fi loop, a stranger's offhand advice making sense in the heat. Just 2 people cooling down our restless thoughts, one sip at a time before the signal turns green. The glass door slides open, taking you back to the street. The corner light softens into a muted lime glare. I take one final sip of the watered down brew. Still cool, still summer, still moving along. Yeah, yesterday said that cold Americanos feel like liquid shade. Now watch the sweat in plastic cup resting on an acrylic slate. A delivery vest hangs loose across a slouch shoulder at the curb. Green electrical tape covers a hairline crack along the storefront break. 2 sparrows hop across the hot irons to a gate. A girl adjusts a dark visor while waiting for the walk signal. Ice clinks against the rim, 3 cubes still staying whole. The boulevard breezing heavy waves of asphalt, heat and hazelnut syrup. I count the small things moving slow to keep my focus right here. Sipping down the frost while the afternoon burns blue. Every little detail seems to point right back to you. A wet ring on the table, the dull hum of the ceiling fan. Summer keeps its quiet promise and a talk up in my hand. Just watching traffic crawl taking inventory of the afternoon. A small dog in red rubber boots trots past the bus stop shelter. The barista wipes the stainless steel counter for the 6th time. A yellow receipt flutters beneath the heavy brass weight. Your text from last night sits unread on my dim phone screen. Condensation traces a zigzag path through the printed cafe logo. Someone drops a silver coin and it spins toward a potted fern. Sipping down the frost while the afternoon burns blue. Every little detail seems to point right back to you. A wet ring on the table, the dull hum of the ceiling fan. Summer keeps its quiet promise in a tall cup in my hand. Just watching traffic crawl, taking inventory of the afternoon. The shadows hit the crosswalk at a sharp diagonal now. People press the crosswalk button, ducking into shaded alleyways. I take another slow swallow, feeling the cold slide down my throat. Nothing major happens today, just 30 quiet minutes drifting away. Liquid shade exactly like you called it. 3 ice cubes rattling against the plastic lid. A city bus kneels, opens its doors, exhaling warm air. I finish the last sip and let the afternoon move on. Yeah, rib cotton sleeve presses against my wrist as I swirl the dark plastic cup in my hand. The heavy knit absorbs the air con chill while I stare at the afternoon traffic jam. One stray drop leaks onto my warm knuckles and instantly the whole room shifts in reverse. I am 19 again, sitting on a rusted bench. Yeah, your oversized flannel brushing my side, that rough plaid weave itching against my skin while we shared a sweet Americano in July. The ice cubes click like glass marbles inside. A sudden flashback to your quiet grin. The temperature drops on my tongue, bitter and white. And all of those forgotten days flood back in. Drinking this cold coffee on a quiet Tuesday. Suddenly I'm pulled back into that distant heat. The dark roast burns cold down my throat today, while your voice rings clear over the crowded street. One quick sip and the present fades out. I'm trapped inside a memory flashback now. Summer sun heavy on our shoulders, no doubt. I wonder whose hand you're holding right now. Yeah. Stiff raw denim rubs against my knees, reminding me of how we used to walk for hours. You wore that coarse hem shirt that smelled like rain, leaning in close near the late summer flowers. I remember how you used to complain about the ice melting, saying time moved too fast when the cup ran clear. Now I sit in this quiet corner by myself, tracing the exact same chill I felt back then, my dear. The straw rattles softly against the plastic lid. Every tiny sound is a trapdoor opening wide. It is funny how a simple texture can rewrite time. This rough cuff on my wrist feels like your woven sleeve. I came in here just to hide from the midday sun, without knowing I would find a memory I couldn't leave. No loud warning, no sudden thunderclap, just bitter cold coffee and an old summer trap. Drinking this cold coffee on a quiet Tuesday. Suddenly I'm pulled back into that distant heat. The dark roast burns cold down my throat today, while your voice rings clear over the crowded street. One quick sip and the present fades out. I'm trapped inside a memory flashback now. Summer sun heavy on our shoulders, no doubt. I wonder whose hand you're holding right now. The ice has completely melted down to water. My cotton sleeve warms up against my skin. I swallow the last diluted drop and stand up slow. The flashback ends where the real world begins. Yeah. 4:15 glows on the corner clock, red digits bleeding through the afternoon heat. I close my eyes and fast forward time to a decade later where our lives are sweet. We will sit by a high glass window, then holding cold brew in two sweat-beaded glass cups. No frantic alarms or urgent overdue rent, no rush goodbyes before the city wakes up. I imagine you laugh without that tired edge, relaxed and steady in a calm sunbeam. We won't be struggling to catch our breath, finally living out this distant dream. Right now, the cramped room suffocates, stacked paper files in the damp air thick. I watch the ice cube turn to water in my glass, listen to the wall clock tick. But I construct a vision of the future now to carry both of us through this strain. In 10 more years on an August noon, we will drink cold coffee and speak so slow. We will laugh at the scars that stressed us out and wonder where all the anxieties go. The condensation will drop like sweat from glass while a quiet breeze turns the pavement cool. I hold this vision like a silver coin, refusing to let this hard season win the rule. Hey, hey. In that future afternoon, your hair sits neat, resting soft against a clean linen shirt. You won't be scrolling through bank alerts, no longer nursing worn out hurt. We will mention the long night spent eating instant noodles on a folding desk. We will discuss the quiet coast we visited, leaving behind everything grotesque. Ice cubes will clink with a heavy solid chime, melting slow under shade that stays. Two adults enjoying a cold Americano, far removed from these desperate days. 10 more years on an August noon, we will drink cold coffee and speak so slow. We will laugh at the scars that stressed us out and wonder where all the anxieties go. The condensation will drop like sweat from glass while a quiet breeze turns the pavement cool. I hold this vision like a silver coin, refusing to let this hard season win the rule. Maybe the coffee shop will have a different name, maybe our hands will show a few subtle lines, but the chill of ice dark roast on a summer day will seal the promise of lighter times. I am drawing this scene inside my head just to get us through the afternoon alive. 4:15 ticks to 4:16. I take a long sip of the melting drink. 10 summers later we will sit right there, safer and calmer than we currently think. A crumpled paper receipt sits right beside my glass. Stamp with a time from 40 minutes past. The heat outside is heavy, pressing against the window pane, while I just watch the condensation leave a clear ring again. My thoughts are tangled up in deadlines I keep pushing back, struggling to stay inside this narrow, quiet track. I swear the dark lake, we're listening to the ice collide, wishing I could take this chilly feeling deep inside. My phone screen flashes once, then darkens back to black. There is a comfort in the silence that I used to lack. The afternoon is stretching like a shadow on the floor. I do not want to answer what the world is asking for. Just one cold go brings the temp right down, clearing all the static running through this crowded town. I take a sip of iced espresso, feel the rush of cold, washing out the anxious stories that I built and told. Summer heat can stay outside the glass while I stay still, finding peace in every drop until I get my fill. The ice is blinking softly in a rhythmic, easy tempo, cooling down the racing thoughts thoughts I usually let go. My finger traces little trails across the sweated cup. No need to hurry anywhere, no need to hurry up. People walk past the glass wall with heavy hurried strides, while I am tucked away where winter secretly resides. A 30-something heart that needs a moment to reset, paying $4 for a piece I won't forget. The bitter taste settles right behind my weary tongue, reminding me I don't need to act so frantic or so young. The afternoon is stretching like a shadow on the floor. I do not wanna answer what the world is asking for. Just one cold gulp brings the temp right down, clearing all the static running through this crowded town. Take a sip of iced espresso, feel the rush of cold, washing out the anxious stories that I built and told. Summer heat can stay outside the glass while I stay still, finding peace in every drop until I get my fill. The ice is clinking softly in a rhythmic, easy tempo, cooling down the racing thoughts I usually let go. Maybe life is just a series of these little pauses, stopping for a drink without examining the causes. The humidity outside's melting asphalt in the street, but right here at this corner desk the air is clean and sweet. The last cube dissolves into the dark maroon. I'm ready for the rest of this hot afternoon. Just a glass of ice and me, breathing easy, finally free. Skate wheels click against the pavement cracks outside, a rhythm steady enough to drown your heavy sigh. You rest your chin on palms worn out from 5-day weeks, watching the heat haze rise while neither of us speaks. I slide the tall glass closer to your tired hand, the clinking ice, a sound that needs no reprimand. You always carry trouble like it belongs to you, but right now let the cold espresso cut right through. The city cooks beneath the heavy silver sky, and all your quiet worries start to multiply. Just take a breath and let the sweat drop, trace the glass. This afternoon is built to make the tension pass. Drink it down before the ice cube hits the bottom. We can leave the heavy answers for autumn, sitting on this plastic stool, just you and me, washing down the heat with bitter iced coffee. You do not have to figure out your whole life today. Let the summer breeze carry all the noise away. A delivery horn echoes off the alley wall. You tell me about your boss and how you feel so small. 29 feels stranger than we thought it would. Trying to be balanced, trying to be good. The straw swirls round, making whirlpools in the dark. A brief escape right across from the shaded park. I know you think you were falling behind the rest, but sitting here with me, you do not need a test. Top before the ice cube hits the bottom. We can leave the heavy answers for autumn, sitting on this plastic stool, just you and me, washing down the heat with bitter iced coffee. You do not have to figure out your whole life today. Let the summer breeze carry all the noise away. We used to run through July without a single care. Now we just count the deadlines floating in the air. But look at us right now, the light is turning amber gold. Some stories do not need a rush to be retold. Take another sip, feel the chill hit your chest. You earn this quiet moment, give the rush a rest. The street noise softens as the sun begins to bend. I am right here with you, my oldest friend. Glass empty now, but the air feels light and clear. We stay right here, just stay right here. Hazelnut syrup scent hangs in humidity, drifting past glass where the patio meets the street. He sits near the air vent, adjusting his denim jacket, watching her cup sweat droplets onto the napkin. The July heat sizzles through every open doorway, but inside the shop the air conditioner hums softly. She tilts a tall tumbler, the dark liquid swirling while neon signs flicker across the glass pane. Neither of them speaks about the distance growing, only about the weather and the traffic flowing. He counts every drop dripping down her plastic cup, wishing the frozen chill could slow the clock right up. Under the August sun, the iced coffee cools the room, a brief quiet sanctuary, far away from gloom. They sit inches apart, drinking bitter cold dark roast, holding on to shadows that they both love the most. Ice cubes clink slow, melting into watery gray, as summer sweeps the remaining afternoon away. She takes takes a light sip, resting her cheek against her hand, reading old messages he still does not understand. Outside, yellow buses crawl through the midday glare, while crushed ice aroma drifts softly through her hair. He reaches for his glass, feeling the frost on his fingers, noticing how the taste of dark espresso still lingers. Two straws sit untouched in paper sleeves by the edge, drawn by quiet promises made on an old window ledge. Neither of them speaks about the distance growing, only about the weather and the traffic flowing. He counts every drop dripping down her plastic cup, wishing the frozen chill could slow the clock right up. Under the August sun, the iced coffee cools the room. A brief quiet sanctuary, far away from gloom. They sit inches apart, drinking bitter cold dark roast, holding on to shadows that they both love the most. Ice cubes cling slow, melting into watery gray as summer sweeps the remaining afternoon. The city outside bakes under 5 p.m. skies, reflecting clear glare into her tired brown eyes. He watches her fingertips trace circles on the slate, both knowing that leaving now would seal their simple fate. The condensation spills across the wooden grain, a small cold river washing away the silent pain. Her cup sits half empty on the white lemonade top. The summer heat waits right outside the quiet shop. He watches her step out into the humid street, leaving cold glass behind where two shadows used to meet. A sudden memory cuts through quiet, framing the tabletop like an old lens. Clear glass sweating on a faded wood, black liquid swirling as the frost melts down. The fan hums slowly overhead, casting revolving shadows across your knuckles. Street noise muffles through the open window, cars sliding past in a humid blur. I watch a droplet race toward the base, trapping the reflection of street lights outside. Yeah. The city cooks under 33 degrees, and my palms freeze holding this cup. You look away toward the pedestrian crossing, leaving our quiet unspoken in the heat. Espresso tripping over cracked ice cubes, we watch the dark gloom turn pale amber. Cinematic stillness on a mid-July street, holding cold glass while the pavement burns. Nothing moves except the condensation, tracking small rivers down our fingers. In this small corner of the summer, we drink the chill to forget the sun. Yeah. Focus shifts to your silver bracelet, catching glare from the shop front sign. I take a slow sip, bitter and frigid, letting the frost rest against my tongue. The thought hits again sharp and unprompted, a misplaced frame from last winter's snow. You stir your straw against the glass bottom. Yeah. Clinking softly like a silver chime, distant siren fades behind the neon lights, leaving us trapped in this quiet frame. The city cooks under 33 degrees, and my palms freeze holding this cup. You look away toward the pedestrian crossing, leaving our quiet unspoken in the heat. Espresso dripping over cracked ice cubes, we watch the dark gloom turn pale amber. Cinematic stillness on the mid-July street, holding cold glass while the pavement burns. Nothing moves except the condensation, tracking small rivers down our fingers. In this small corner of the summer, we drink the chill to forget the sun. Wide-angle view of our shadow table, two half-full glasses under neon glare. The air outside turns thick like water, waves of heat rising off the curb. One quick thought breaks the whole illusion, making me realize how quiet we got. I lift the tumbler, swallow the frost, watching the ice slide down to the brim. Condensation runs down the glass outer ring. Focus blurs on the street outside. Ice melts down to water, the silence stays cold. Where does all this spent heat go when the glass sweats? Nobody answers, but the traffic keeps shifting down the avenue. I count 3 blue shirts and 2 red umbrellas under a clear sky. My straw clips against the pyramid of frozen cubes, a dark liquid swirl turning pale like faded denim. Did I reply to that email? on from Tuesday afternoon. It does not matter now, the air conditioner hums and C-sharp. I used to think 28 was so far away. Now my wrist rests on cold lemonade while my mind wanders off to 6 years ago. Thoughts overlap like overlapping footsteps on wet pavement. The bitterness touches my tongue and turns instantly into quiet. Maybe I am just sitting here too delayed, walking back into the sun. Maybe everybody in this room is secretly waiting for something impossible. Sipping dark cold brew on my mind wanders backward, drifting through forgotten street corners and old phone numbers. The condensation drips onto my thumb like a silent clock. Nothing is settled, everything is moving in slow motion. Just another hot summer day washed down with iced espresso. Yeah. A girl in yellow sneakers drops her keys and does not notice. I almost call her but my mouth is full of crushed ice. Why do we hold on to things until they melt between our fingers? The bass in my headphones leaks into the quiet space between tables. My rent is due in 4 days, my hair is getting too long, and your face popped into my head for 3 seconds before vanishing. Strange how a random shade of amber liquid brings back your favorite coat. Is anybody really listening to the background music? It loops every 40 minutes, just like my overthinking. Ice cracks with a sharp snapping sound at the bottom of the cup. A sudden swallow of freezing liquid shocks my chest, waking me up from a dream I was not even aware I was having. Sipping dark cold brew on my mind wanders backward, drifting through forgotten street corners and old phone numbers. The condensation drips onto my thumb like a silent clock. Nothing is settled, everything is moving in slow motion. Just another hot summer day washed down with iced espresso. Where does the heat go when it disappears? The cup is empty now, just water and plastic rings. I stand up before my legs forget how to walk. The street sign flashes green outside, drifting again into the afternoon.